But let me just explain very briefly what Bouverie Street was like. Our General Secretary, Brenda Dean, a very able woman, a General Secretary of 210,000 people, she coined a phrase for Bouverie Street, and she called it the black hole. Now, it was the black hole, has always been the black hole, and will remain so, because of the conditions we had to work in. Now, the conditions, colleagues, were as follows. First of all, the machinery was very archaic, it was very old. Some of the machinery in that firm, we still had open flies with fly-ends on it. Doesn't mean anything to most of you. But most of you have seen newsreels where the newspaper's running and the papers stream out of the machine. In Bouverie Street, my people sat there and physically scooped those newspapers off the presses onto elevators. Now, this was happening 3 months ago, and still will be when we go back to work in there. When we go back in Bouverie Street, to print the papers, the Sun and the News of the World, that's what we're doing. We work in noise levels, and some of you are machine men, you'll understand it, but our noise levels were in excess of 108 decibels. We were advised not to work in those noise levels by an independent survey for more than a quarter of an hour. But not only did we have that, we had the paper dust because of the old machines. We had the ink fly and the carcinogenic inks that are still being used there. We had hot metal. We had no form of extraction virtually in the place, the whole building. So it was a hole. And when Rupert Murdoch come to us and said, I want to build a brand new site for a new building, well, we nearly flung our arms round his neck. Should have done, come to think of it at the time. But we were absolutely ecstatic that here we were going to have a job, going to improve the newspapers, going to move into a new environment. And Bruce Matthews' words that he was told to say to us by Rupert Murdoch was, I am going to build the largest, best technological newspaper plant in the world, and you're going to work in there. There will be no redundancies. The only way that anyone will lose their job is by attrition or if they wish to go. They're his words, and they're in print. So I was actually part of building that building. I assisted, and so did other FOCs, because I'm the Imperial FOC in there. I am the Imperial FOC at the moment, News Group Newspapers. And we assisted building the plant. But the plant was only designed as a printing plant. I make some people's ear holes prick up in this room because I've been listening. But it's only designed as a printing plant. There were no capability for any journalistic efforts, any offices, anything else. That was going to be done from Grazing Road and Bouverie Street, just a printing plant. So we watched the building go up, and we were asked and assisted in the height of the ceiling to assist with the noise levels and make it a better environment. When the machines came in, they asked us how we should have them and what way round, and they discussed it with us. And the machines for this brand new high technology factory come in, and I had a look, I said, here mate, they're not due here, are they? We're having new machines, we ain't having these. I've been working on these for 14, well, I've been working on them about 10 years then, in Bouverie Street. And I said, they've been around the street for years, those machines. Oh no, these are your new machines. The machines were over 18 years old. And I don't mean the model, I mean they were made 18 years previously and then been boxed up. So, you know, we had a look, we still didn't mind it, still new machines. We assisted those machines into the plant. We told them where we wanted the sound havens, how we wanted the machines boxed in, and they were starting doing it. I'll just say very quickly, we had it arranged in that machine room because it was very spacious, that all the machines were encased in perspex. So it was a very good atmosphere to work in. All the workings of the presses were outside the noise areas. You got no dust, nothing. You got no carcinogenic materials coming into you. All of that we agreed in written agreements with the Murdoch Empire. But I tell you what, when you watch the newsreels again, they show you Wapping. There ain't none of it in there. The buggers have even taken that out for the people that are working in there now. And then we saw the Farrigs go up, and I thought, that's a bit funny. We've had those Farrigs in Bouverie Street for the last 10 years, and they're supposed to be new. But then we went to these ultra-modern bundling machines that's going to resolve the problem of the warehouse. And when we had a look, one of the guys said, here, that's the funny, I know something about those machines. He said, the people that made them went out of business 3 years previous. Now, this is what you've been told by your media, by what Murdoch says is the new high technological plant.